Hi, it's Krishan with Reese Nichols. Today we're going to be talking about the 4 reasons why FSBO or for sale by owner listings generally fail. The number 1 reason why FSBO listings fail is price. This is something a lot of sellers don't want to hear because they're generally more invested emotionally with the home. And one of the things that the listing agent does is they'll actually look at the sales data and they use numbers to decide how much a home is worth. A lot of the times the FSBO sellers are using really inaccurate sales data, mainly from Zillow or just word of mouth. Only 40% of Zestimates in the Kansas City area are within 5%. This is straight from Zillow's website. 87% of Zestimates are within 20%. 20%. So that means you have a $200,000 house. That means you're about $40,000 off. That's a really big deal to buyers, because when buyers look at homes these days when they're trying to buy a home, generally they look at the price as the floor and not the ceilings. When they see a price, they automatically think they're probably gonna have to go up to get the house. So if your home is already overpriced to begin with, they think they're gonna have to go even higher, and they just will avoid it altogether. The number 2 reason why FSBO listings fail is just it's difficult to schedule with the sellers. You know, the sellers have their own life, they have their own schedules. Listing agents do everything they can to pretty much make the home as available as possible. And generally it's just hard to get a hold of these sellers anyway. And then when you do get a hold of them, they have a very limited schedule, so it's hard to get a showing with them. The number 3 reason why FSBO listings fail is buyer's agent commission. Traditionally with the seller, they offer a certain commission. They offer a certain percentage to the listing agent and a certain percentage to the buyer's agent. Now, FSBO sellers, they don't have to offer any commission at all, and some don't. Some do offer a percentage, but it's usually not the full commission that the buyers are expecting them to pay. Normally, when an agent has a buyer, they have a contract. This is really important because the buyers are gonna owe whatever remaining commission there is. If the seller is only offering 1.5% for commission, and based on the contract, the agent is due 3%, then now that buyer has to make up that 1.5%. And so a lot of times the buyers will just say, it's not even worth it. The number 4 reason why FSBO listings sell is marketing. It takes a lot to market a home, from pictures to staging to ads to the actual listing input itself. You know, it's a lot of work. Listing agents, they do this every day. They list homes all the time. For a seller, they may have sold a home in the past, but they don't sell homes every day. This is not what they do. And so having poor photos or just poor first impressions are gonna mean that, you know, the buyers aren't gonna be as attracted to the property as they should be. Or maybe your property with the wrong marketing won't reach as many people as it should be. Now, what I will say, right now it's September of 2021, and we are in a seller's market in the Kansas City area, and most of the US is in a seller's market. And sellers, I would say, they do stand a fair chance of selling their home as for sale by owner. And I wouldn't be an honest agent if I said otherwise. Now, the ones that have the best chance, they're gonna be open to feedback. They're gonna be constantly asking for feedback. Whether it's feedback on their marketing, feedback on the price, they're gonna be constantly asking for feedback. They're gonna be very responsive and communicative. They're not gonna be hard to reach, and they're gonna be very available for showings. They're gonna offer a fair buyer's commission. They might not necessarily do the entire buyer's commission, but they're gonna be fair about it. And if they're not working with an agent, they're gonna be working with the real estate attorney to make sure the paperwork is filled out correctly and make sure they're not missing any paperwork. While I would love to list your home, market it, and manage the entire transaction to make sure it's a very smooth transaction, I recognize that having a FSBO seller that is on top of it and that is easy to work with is still a win for my buyers. So if you want to learn more, give me a call at 816-656-7700. I hope you found this helpful, and see you in the next video.